welcome to my channel. Today I'm digging into my Bible journal. Look over my hands. I've been in ink, and usually if you're familiar with this channel, half the time I have paint or something on my hands, some kind of craft remnants on my hands and under my fingernails because that's the way I roll. That is the way I roll here, people. Yeah. So anyway, today for my journal, we're talking about covenants. So I printed this paper off that I want to put in my journal. And it's different covenants that are in the Bible. I want to put that in there. I want, since this is very old paper looking, I want to grab some previous coffee dyed paper and put in here as the background. It smells amazing, by the way. And then we're going to put that on here after I spruce it up a little bit with some ink. I'm going to make it into like a flip and do some writing and things such as that. So let's get started. Okay, let that dry over there while I work on making this aged looking. So I'm going over here and getting a few of my distress inks. Okay, I've got a gradient here. I've got antique linen, vintage photo, and then walnut stain. So what I'm going to do first is start with the antique linen. Okay, and just in circles go around. Now, wherever there's like a thicker part that looks almost like that, the top, like little circles, I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of that thicker part and try to lightly darken it with vintage photo. But my vintage photo is, oh, there we go. Now, let me see if I can do it without making it worse. Round and round and around we go. And you can kind of even still blend it a little bit because of this smoothness of the paper. And that's what I'm trying to do. Okay, I'm liking the looks of that. So now on to the walnut stain. Oh, what do you think about that? Went from that to that. I'm liking it. Okay. Let's move the inks out of the way. Excuse me. And this is dried pretty well. And so now I'm going to put this over here, I believe. Okay. All right, now I want to make a tab that will come out of washi. So I kind of like this one right here that has the butterflies. Also like that one with the green and the orange. Let's just do the butterflies. Why not? Make a mess. Go for it. Okay. Oh, there's a dragonfly. So I know that I'm getting a butterfly. Okay, now that way it will stick out. Now I'm gonna do some fancy lettering, I think. making sure I'm spelling it right, you know. I always go thicker on the wrong side. This is my fake calligraphy, guys. Okay. Okay, it's a pretty simple layout for the actual information. Basically, covenants are kind of like contracts, only they're more personal and relational. It's an agreement or an oath, a promise between two parties. The Hebrew word basically translate when they say seal a covenant, they're saying cut a covenant. Back in Abraham's day, when they made a covenant, they would take animals and divide the animal into two, and they would walk through it, the two people making the covenant. So they cut, okay, and that was their seal. And basically what they were saying was, if I don't see this covenant through, then let this be done to me. So when God made a covenant with Abraham, he caused Abraham to go to sleep because God knew that Abraham would not be able to fulfill his part of the covenant, that Abraham would not be blameless. And of course he wasn't, because if you read on about Abraham, you see all the different things that he kept messing up on, like the whole Hagar issue and the Abimelech issue, and another time was when Abraham didn't trust the Lord during a famine and he went to Egypt instead of trusting God to take care of him. So instead, God knew, like I said, that Abraham would not be blameless. So God had him to fall asleep. In Genesis 6:15 you can read, God caused him to go to sleep, and the custom, the ceremony between the two parties, God took both places. A smoking furnace and a burning lamp went through the animal pieces. And so God took responsibility for both sides of that promise that he made. And ultimately, the cost of the fulfillment of the oath was Jesus. So again, the cutting and what they did to Jesus, I mean, it just... So I did, with all this writing, I did make a few mistakes, but with this coloring, I went ahead and used masking tape to just go over it and write over it, and I like the way it looks. It just kind of adds a little bit more. I may actually add a little bit to the end and make like a ruffle or something. I don't know. I may do that. Make a ruffle. Let's do that real quick. All right. So what I'm going to do to make a ruffle is start like right here and then go up and down and up and down. Okay, I'm going to go over it with my ink. Okay, that looks pretty cool, doesn't it? I think so. Looks interesting. Let's see, I'm going to have to make my dots again. Okay. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining me today. You have a blessed, crafty day. Bye-bye.